Welcome to this video on an introduction to inequalities, and just like the title states, this video is just an introduction to inequalities, meaning we won't be solving any inequalities here, but the foundational aspect of this video will teach you how to graph one variable inequalities as well as writing an inequality from a number line. So let's get started. Before you can graph inequalities or write them from a graph, it's good to understand what the inequality symbols are. And in fact, there are 4 symbols you should be familiar with. And the first one is the greater than symbol, which is given like this. The less than symbol like this, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. And you're probably thinking, okay, how do we know how to graph an inequality using these symbols, or how do we write one from a graph? And first thing you need to know is that these 2 symbols right here, less than or greater than, these are associated with the term excluded. And you're probably thinking, okay, what is excluded? Or these 2 symbols right here, greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, you're probably thinking, or I'm thinking of the term included, and you're thinking, what are we including? Now, just like I said, the terms included and excluded are part of the symbols, right? But now when it comes to graphing fundamentals, we'd like to think of the greater than or less than symbol associated with the open circle symbol. So just like it says here, so open circle is like that. And a closed circle for the bottom 2, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, just like this. All right? And when you're looking at an inequality, suppose you have some sort of number right here, right? Suppose there's a number and it's greater than or less than that number, right? So a standard number line will have that number in the middle, and on the top you'll see an open circle, and it either goes to the right or to the left depending on the symbol. So here, this is something where it's like, oh, it's x greater than that number, or x less than that number. Now, if it hasn't come to mind yet, the term excluded, emphasis on the term excluded. If we take that number and it's an open circle, we say that that number is excluded. So when we're looking at x greater than our number, x greater than a number, we're thinking of any number greater than the number that the circle is above. So we are not including that number, so therefore excluded. So of course it's open circle to the right. Same thing, if a number, if it's x less than that given number, you put an open circle on top of the number and it goes to the left. That means you're looking at numbers lower than the number you're looking at. For the closed circle, it's the same case. It's a different case, but similar. But you take x greater than or equal to that number, meaning we include the number that it's above. So we put a closed circle on it and it goes to the right. Same thing here, x less than or equal to a number is that same number and lower as well. So we're including those numbers too. Now let's look at some graphing examples to get a better understanding of this. For the first one, we have x greater than or equal to 5. So if I look at the symbol right here, if I look at the symbol greater than or equal to, I kind of think of a few words here. Well, I think of the term included, and I think of the term also closed circle to be exact. And so with that, I can draw my number line. I can draw my number line. And I'll put a 5 in the middle, and because it's an included closed circle, I'll do a closed circle on 5, and since it's greater than or equal to, I will go to the right. Similarly, less than, I have the symbol of excluded. That means I'm not including the 2. Oh, excluded. I can't spell right now. And it's an open circle. All right, so if I draw my number line, -2, open to the left. All right, let's try another set of problems right here. If I have x less than or equal to negative 4, I'll take a number line, negative 4, and I will close it to the left. And then if I have x greater than or equal to 6, I'll draw a number line, 6, open to the right. All right, hopefully you got the hang of those two. So it's just all about reading the symbols again and just making sure you know, okay, is it excluded or included? And then afterwards, is it open or closed? Now, what about if we were given the number line, the graph itself, and we have to write the inequality? So the first thing I would do is I would look at the number line, I would look at the direction. So here I can already see that it's closed. So I know for once it's closed and it's included. So that means I'm deciding between either if it's greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. And the choice is clear because we're looking at something. So here's what my relationships. I'm looking at x in relation to 20. And because 20, we're looking at numbers to the right of 20, there's only one symbol that fits, and it is a greater than or equal to symbol. So that's my answer for this first one. Now, likewise for the second one, it is open and excluded. Now I have two symbols that work with that, greater than or less than. And if I'm looking at x in relation to negative 14, I'm looking at the numbers to the left of negative 14 excluding itself, so therefore it is less than. Now again, this video is just an introduction to inequalities. You'll have to watch the next videos to find out how to do inequalities when you have to solve them. So hopefully this video helps you understand the foundations of inequalities.